What is going on, Adventure Nation? In this episode, we finish up with the Camino del Este and we wind up back in Cabo San Lucas. This is the Motorhome Experiment. Hey, dude. This guy thinks we have fish because we have a kayak. No, look at me when I talk to you. All right, well, I gotta finish taking air out of our kayak here, so if you want to hang out over there, that's cool, but I got work to do. Well, that doesn't bother you either? All right, folks, this morning's a PG-13 show. Paul's half naked. I'm embracing the Baja, California spirit, the beach spirit, the boating spirit, the quad spirit, and I'm not wearing shirts anymore.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I'm gonna make him wear shirts.
Yeah. And so don't adjust the white balance on your TV set or anything. I still haven't completely tanned yet.
You're getting there, though?
I'm getting there, yeah, slowly building it. We are leaving Los Frailes probably 2 days after we thought we would be, because we met some people on boats. And again, thanks to everybody there. Let's see if I can get everybody, but Sebastian and Lori and Danielle and Antoinette and Captain Ken, who did most of the driving the other day on Sebastian's boat. But we stayed an extra day longer, and then we stayed an extra day longer than that because they invited us to go out sailing and we had a blast.
I have to say, one of the things everybody worries is about social life on the road. Like, you don't have your close friends anymore or your circle anymore, but it's like you get so many new friends like you guys have seen with people on the boat, with Rhonda in how's called this place, Los Barriles. So you created a lot of friends.
Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. And yeah, you make good long-term friends when you're in a solid house, but when you're out on the road, you make new friends constantly. It's crazy. It's literally like being the kid in the sandbox going, will you be my friend? Because every time you park somewhere, there's somebody new to talk to, so.
And here at the beach, literally a sandbox, so.
Yes, absolutely. But now we're heading further south down the East Cape towards San Jose. It's gonna be a rough ride today, but we're gonna get into some amazing surf spots. Los Frailes, when we first got here, it's a bit off-putting at first because of all of the shacks.
And the rocks.
And the rocks and stuff. But if you get down a little further south on the beach, some of the best sand we've ever been in.
The sand is so fine, like powder. It's just so cool, and it's a different experience this side of Los Frailes towards actually where the snorkeling is. Then the other side of Los Frailes is where the night scene is. So totally different experience, but great snorkeling. We got to see the sea lions, and great snorkeling was great as a them on the fish. It was just murky when we went in, but even a nice calm day is like probably less murky, so great snorkeling.
Los Frailes was a great stop. We were here, what, 4 nights?
3 nights.
3 nights?
Yeah.
And it was going to be just a quick overnight. So, so onward to the area, what's called Nine Palms and the surfing, and then eventually San Jose del Cabo again. The road is extremely washboarded, but very wide in most parts. What really makes this road worth it is around every curve is amazing views of the ocean and incredible open boondocking spots. And they're free. Around Nine Palms, there's 1 mile of pavement that gives you hope that the rough washboarded road is over, but no. It's also where the road becomes the most narrow and windy, but the views remain spectacular. We were driving down the road and saw a sign over here that looked like it needed some extra help. Right here near Boca de La Palma. Boca de La Palma? Yes, that's it. Lori's car is definitely gonna need a wash. We are absolutely blazing down the road right now. Check that out. Like 8 to 10 miles an hour. Amazing. What do you think of the road so far, Lori?
It's not bad, it's just washboarding, but that's why we're taking our time, so nothing in the RV actual rattles that much. But we're taking our time, no big problem, I guess.
Some beautiful views, isn't there?
Oh, amazing views. Amazing views.
And some not so amazing. I forgot to shoot as we were pulling into our boondocking spot for the night, but this is it right here. Not a bad spot for the night. I can't remember what it's called. Santa Aguada?
Something like that.
Something like that. We'll let you know.
Another oceanfront spot.
There are so many oceanfront boondocking spots along the East Cape of the southern Baja Peninsula. It is insanity. I will say this is a pretty spectacular spot, Miss Lorena.
It is, and I found already my first shell. I know what it is. You guys know what it is? Kind of weird.
Oh, that's a exploded sand dollar. I don't know what that is. Pretty cool looking shell though.
It is. Yeah, but we're gonna get to enjoy this for overnight, maybe 2 nights. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We're probably 10 to 20 miles outside of, I know that's a big range, right? Okay, let's go 15 to 20 miles east of San Jose del Cabo.
Yes, we're almost back into the city.
Yeah.
But we're still enjoying the beach.
Hey everybody. We are parked at this gorgeous boondocking spot just outside of San Jose del Cabo. I can't remember the name of it, but it's pretty nice. The worst part about this is it's got all those little like burrs that you get on your feet. And if one jumps up into your sandals, or as my son in Hawaii calls them, slippers, it sucks. Like just happened to Lorena. Oh, check that one out. That one's a good one.
Trying to pull it. Oh, that hurt.
Yeah, I made the mistake of laying under the RV yesterday, looking at stuff, and yeah, they were stuck all over me. Ready to roll?
I almost feel like I need to wear different shoes here close to the ocean.
We are getting really close to San Jose del Cabo now, so there's not a lot of boondocking spots left, so we're gonna roll up the road just a little bit to little town of Zacatitos, or an area called Zacatitos, and see if there's a spot for us to move a little closer, and then we'll go from there. Let's do this. Lori and I ran into these guys again, actually on purpose.
Ran into us, or you stalked us?
We were kind of stalking them.
Yeah.
Check out that cactus. Isn't that crazy? That is a big ass cactus. Lori and I were just driving out of Zacatitos here, and these guys showed up wanting food.
Baby donkey!
Now they're coming over to Lori's side. Put up your window.
But we're gonna have, I already know that from Las Vegas actually. They will put their face in the car. Oh, they're so cute. I want to touch the baby donkey.
No, you can't touch the baby donkey.
I know I can't. Oh my god, baby donkey. You wanna come with us? Oh, it has suddenly busted.
That donkey almost jumped in the window.
I know. He's like, oh, that means food. Window down.
Yeah.
But no.
Good morning, everybody. This little spot we're in is called Santa Agatha, and it's a little boondocking / beach access spot. The last couple days we've been the only person here, but this morning it's packed with surfers.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be.
As you can see, we are rolling out of Santa Agatha.
Agatha or Agueda.
Agueda if you're a white boy, and Agatha if you're speaking Spanish. Beautiful little boondocking spot. Holy smokes. Up until today, there was nobody here, so it was super quiet. This morning got surfers and stuff.
It has been my favorite boondocking spot so far. I didn't like the birds, that's like the only downside, but it's such a private beach and you're like next to hills, so they cover you from the wind as well, so that was pretty nice too. But time to continue today.
Yeah, we're gonna roll down closer to San Jose del Cabo and probably back down into Vagabundos del Mar, the closed campground in Cabo San Lucas. And yes, a little bit washboardy, so it's gonna be noisy in here. Stuff is falling. Woo, Lori, back out on the pavement after
pavement again.
After
Yay.
10 days.
That was quite the adventure, I have to say.
That was
but totally worth it.
Totally worth it. It was so amazing. But it'll be a while before we're back on a gravel road like that again. So we'll see. But I doubt anything that long. That was how many miles?
That was
Lori's got her calculations.
35.5 miles.
35.5 miles of pretty brutal road. That road much worse than the Dempster Highway up in the Northwest Territories.
I will say no.
Much worse, that
I
road.
think so.
If we had that far on the Dempster, no way.
No, yeah, you're right. The thing is that it was washboardy. That's it. I mean, it's well maintained. It's just washboardy. That's
Yeah.
it.
Where the Dempster is a nice gravel road, almost a gravel highway, where we could do 30, 40 miles an hour for the most part. That there was pretty much 10 miles an hour for 35 miles.
Doable for almost any size rig, I would say, until like you get into where the hotel is.
That's what I'll talk about now.
Okay.
So this is what I'm going to say about that. I would say if you're coming south on that road out of Los Barillas, you can go to Los Frailes with a 40-foot rig. I would turn around at Los Frailes at that point. If you're a 35-foot or under rig, I would say you could go from Los Frailes to Vida Sol, the hotel, and then there's a road to turn off there. And then after that, I would not go the rest of the way that we went over 30 feet. And the reason I say that is not because it's narrow, not because of the roughness. There's some very big dips that I cruised through pretty quick because I knew the hitch was going to hit, and I didn't want to get stuck in those dips. So we literally slid down those dips, causing these big gouges with the hitch. Once we get into San Jose, I'm going to double check all of that stuff to make sure we don't have anything broken back there. But I wouldn't say over 30 feet once you get past there. And I'll put a little map in to show all those points so that you guys can get it, because it is a spectacular road. If you're in a truck camper, if you're in a small towable, if you're in a van, drive the road.
Class C, small class C.
Class C's, drive the road. Just drive it at 10 miles an hour and spend 2 or 3 nights in various spots. We did that in almost 10 days.
Yeah, we would drive like 40 minutes, an hour, if that, a day, and then just come for the night at a different beach.
And so 10 days in a week in 35 miles. So totally worth it. Gorgeous, pristine boondocking spots with nobody there.
With snorkeling. With surfing. With just swimming on the ocean.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But down into San Jose and Los Cabos area, San Jose and Cabo San Lucas, and we're gonna play down here for a few days. Do some restocking and that kind of thing.
This is what we waited for. Take my hand,
We are back in Cabo San Lucas, back at Vagabundos del Mar. What used to be a really hopping campground is now, like we said before, is closed. But they allow us to stay a few nights. So we are going to explore some more of Cabo from here and that means staying close and handy, even if it's not the most pretty. Sometimes convenience is more important than beauty, as we found out in some other places. Why this place is just kind of cool to me, I don't know, but it is.
Can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubt.
All right, I had to go open my big mouth today as we were leaving the boondocking spot. Lori and I were saying how Freya here has been bulletproof. Well, just now pulling in, this jack would not come down. It's gonna be hard to see on camera, but it's kind of like cupped here. So I'm assuming the front end hit something when we were on that rough road and a couple of the big dips, and this thing is pushed back. And now it won't go down, so I'm gonna unbolt it and pull that thing down and see what we got. It's gonna be fun. It's a little warm for this. Sweating into my eyeball. There's 4 bolts here holding the jacks on, so I'm hoping I just take those 4 bolts off and this jack will come down and I can figure out what's wrong with it. I'll have to unplug the electrical as well, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. Oh, they're actually fairly loose, so we'll see how easy a project this is. Yeah, 4 bolts. It dropped down. It's pretty friggin' heavy, as you can imagine. It's got to hold your coach up, so it's a lot of metal in there. But hopefully there's a plug up on the top there that we can unplug and pull that bad boy out and see what's going on in there. Yeah, I probably could have saw that earlier, but you can see there's a plug right there. We're gonna undo that. This will release this from the coach, and then we can pull this out and take a look. Easy uninstall and install. We'll see if the repair is going to be easy as well. From what I'm seeing here, this ain't good. And there it is. The jack is literally broken half up on the top, so I'm gonna pull it apart and see if there's not a way that we can make it whole again. That is not getting repaired in Mexico. That is something that is gonna have to be done in the US. I'm assuming that I won't even be able to get that part. I doubt these are gonna be available anymore, so we'll see. A little research must be done. Such is life. By the looks of it, these 3 hold the gear onto the post. Yes. So the teeth and everything are still good in there. It's getting this thing to hold itself together. So I need to check out the rest of the unit up top and see how it is. That gear is going to slide off. Yeah, that gear is going to slide off. So I just need to make sure I keep those clean, and then we'll figure the rest of this out. We might be able to put something on the side, screw it together to hold it, or a strap that goes around to hold it. So we'll see if we can't figure a way. Because this motor doesn't hold any weight. It just turns the gear to lower and raise the leg. So little McGyver here, and we may get this to work yet. Okay, I've got the top off this thing. This is the top. This is the bottom. These 2 pieces here go together, and then this piece here goes over the top with this. And as you can see, it's a total mess. The good news is I can fix this. It's just gonna take a little bit of duct tape, some crazy glue, it'll be good to go. Maybe some wire straps. That's not true. It's gonna take a little bit more than that, but I am going to fix this because we are not going to find these parts here in Cabo San Lucas, but I'm going to try quickly. And then if not, I'm heading down to Home Depot, and with a few household items, this bad boy will be working again. I know, you think I'm crazy. It's okay. I've been called worse. Okay, so the plan is here is to reattach these parts. Now this is just the cover, so it really doesn't have much pressure on it, but we're going to reattach this cover. We're going to put a bracket on it on the sides. We're also going to use some epoxy here, and we're going to wrap it with some fiberglass resin and cloth to try and make the top as solid as possible. And then we're going to do the same thing with the bottom and see what happens. And if you're saying that sounds like a really stupid idea, it worked if you saw this video, and you'll know that in the end that I release it and it worked. If it doesn't work, you guys will never see this. So
That's my
this
point.
is my Frankenstein job on the jack here. So used a couple of L brackets to make the sides a little bit more sturdy on both sides. A bunch of epoxy in there, and gears are all back in, and now we got to pop it in and give it a shot. We're only needing it to work for a couple of weeks until we get back to the United States, so hopefully the little McGyver job here will be okay.
I think it's looking good.
It's holding up as... It doesn't hold any pressure, it just spins the gears, so we'll see. Man, Lorena, we talked a lot in that episode, so we need to make this quick.
But we were trying to get you informed, and that's what we tried to do in this episode. But if you ask us, I know it was a little rattling and all stuff, you ask us if we will do it all over again, it's like, the answer is yes, we
Absolutely.
will. The only thing is like, we will take more time next time.
I think, yeah, we would just stay more days in each spot, but the boondocking there was absolutely spectacular, so yeah, we would definitely do it again.
Who doesn't love, right? It's like being in front of the ocean at the beach for free. So that's one of the things we enjoyed.
Absolutely. And as you saw, the jack worked, but it only worked for about 3 weeks, but at least it got us almost back to the US. As you can see, we're not quite back yet, but we are heading in that direction. This is where we're gonna end this one.
Yep.
We talked enough. So if this is your first time here, it would be awesome if you hung out with us a little bit, got to know us, so that means they have to.
Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button. It would be equally as cool if you liked the video, and we'll see you again next time.
Bye, guys.
And we will almost be done with
this.
Mexico.